I'm Scott Peoples. I am an Army veteran of the 82nd Airborne Division. And I'm also the North Carolina State Director for Veterans for Responsible Leadership. It is an honor to speak with you here today. I want to say happy 250th birthday to the United States Army and happy Flag Day to our great country. The flag does not belong to any individual or political party. It belongs to all of us. The common thread between all of us is that it should symbolize equality for each and every one of us, no matter what. June 14th will always be a special day for me as well, because it was on this day 16 years ago that I officially swore my oath not to a king, but to our beloved Constitution, and was commissioned as an Army officer. I'm also here to talk about the disgrace that is happening in Washington, D.C. today. A military-style birthday parade that will make our nation's capital look more like Moscow or Pyongyang than Washington, D.C. We all know that this event is not actually about honoring our troops. President Trump made that perfectly clear when he called all veterans suckers and losers. This is all just to service the fragile ego of a wannabe king. Well, President Bonespurs, we the people are assembled here today to tell you loud and clear that in the United States of America, there are no kings. Trump dodging the Vietnam draft was the original taco. Trump always chickens out. He is a coward. And last Tuesday, Trump traveled to Fort Bragg and gave the most hyper-partisan political speech ever given in front of American soldiers. He went on to attack President Biden, Governor Newsom, and the free press like he was performing at a MAGA rally. The military is supposed to be neutral and be there to protect and stand for all Americans, no matter what the personal political ideology of each individual soldier is. To those soldiers standing behind Trump and their chain of command that went along with that spectacle and booed and laughed at Trump's cruelty, you all disgraced the uniform, and you should all be ashamed. To Major General Patrick Wirt, Commanding General of the 82nd, you failed the military on this day. It is estimated that Trump's authoritarian birthday parade will cost the American taxpayer around $45 million and include around 6,500 service members. Anyone that has ever served in the military knows that soldiers hate being forced to march in a parade. And also the cost is an abomination. The VA could have preserved around 450 critical jobs to help serve our veterans with this $45 million. But instead, Trump has already fired over 6,000 VA employees and said that he may fire around 85,000 more. This is shameful. If there are any VA employees in the audience today, I just wanted to say thank you for your service, for all you do to help veterans. Next, I wanted to say a few words about what the Trump administration is doing deploying the military in the streets of Los Angeles to intimidate protesters. When I served in the 82nd, I was in a unit called the Immediate Response Force. Our job was to always be ready to deploy anywhere in the world in just 18 hours when called upon. We were also trained to be ready, if need be, to respond to a domestic need, like when the 82nd was activated to help with Hurricane Katrina. In Trump's first term in 2020, he wanted the Immediate Response Force called up to respond to the George Floyd protests in D.C. Trump asked then Secretary of Defense Mark Esper if he'd be willing to order the military to shoot protesters if need be, but he refused and claimed that this would be an illegal order. Mark Esper showed real courage on that moment. But that is exactly why Pete Hegseth was picked by Trump as his new Secretary of Defense. He wants ideological yes men that will carry out his illegal and immoral orders with no questions asked. He has always wanted to invoke the Insurrection Act. The absurdity of threatening the people of the United States with their own military is morally reprehensible. My fellow veterans here today, we need to be the one to speak out most forcefully against this, because it is against everything that we swore an oath to defend. We must remember our oath and not be afraid to meet this moment. The only way out of this mess in our history is through it. Courage is contagious, and we must lead this charge and continue to hit the streets and make our voices heard peacefully. Lastly, I wanted to take this opportunity to thank our next speaker, Congresswoman Deborah Ross. She is one of North Carolina's best public servants. She has always been a staunch supporter of the veteran community in North Carolina. An example of the incredible leadership she has shown is in her unwavering support for the Ukrainian and Afghan populations across our state. She has shown that there is no doubt on whose side the United States should be on in the Russia-Ukraine war. The United States should always be on the side of democracy. And we should give the Ukrainian people and their military our full support and commitment they need to achieve victory. Shame on President Trump for appeasing Russia and his buddy Vladimir Putin. History will not forget or forgive you for the weakness you have shown. Slava Ukraini. And I was also proud to see the Congresswoman so passionately stand up for our Afghan allies that fought alongside our troops. After the withdrawal in 2021, tens of thousands of Afghans were given temporary protected status by the Biden administration because it was the moral and just thing to do. These beautiful people stood by us when we needed them the most, and we must return the favor. They have so much to give to our society and to our culture, but the Trump administration wants to remove their status and deport them back to Afghanistan, where the Taliban will almost certainly kill them. It is a slap in the face to any veteran that signed up to serve after 9/11. Thank you, Congresswoman Ross, for standing up for this community. There is a saying that goes, America is a great nation because it is a good nation. And the moment it stops being good, then it stops being great too. Let us continue to be an example to our kids that being kind, empathetic, and welcoming to all those who seek freedom and opportunity is what truly makes America great. Each and every day that we are better than Donald Trump. Do not give up. Thank you, and God bless.